This is Rhonda Brooks of Farm Journal Media, and we're at Corn College this week near Hayworth, Illinois. And I'm talking to Bill Bauer with B&M Crop Consulting out of Coldwater, Michigan. And Bill, we've been talking a lot about corn, but we also want to pay some attention to soybeans. This time of year, given this year that we've had, what should we be looking at?
On the soybeans right now, with the dry weather that we've had across a lot of the Midwest, especially up into northern Indiana and southern Michigan, on the soybeans we really want to look for spider mites. It's becoming a big issue. We've been treating for 2 weeks now on a lot of the crops, but the next 2 weeks is also a critical period, depending on when things were planted. But can
I ask what makes it so critical at this point?
Right now, because we are limited on moisture, anything that's feeding on the leaves, what the spider mites do is they actually pierce into the leaf, and it'll cause a lot of moisture stress, additional stress on the plants, and water use efficiency will not be as good.
Okay.
So they start destroying a lot of leaf tissue.
Okay. And you've got some samples here
yes,
for
what
us?
we got here is a leaf here that you see a lot of speckling on this leaf. It should be all green, and we have a lot of yellow spots on both sides of the leaf. And it probably don't show up here, but there's a lot of spider mites here that this has been sprayed but are still on the leaves, and they're dead now. But any fields that haven't been sprayed, these are populations. Each spider mite can have up to 100 eggs, so the populations can really increase in a short period of time. Pretty rapidly.
How often should people be looking? I mean, if they
well, we need to be looking at these every 3 to 5 days. If you get to your field and you don't have quite thresholds, because they can increase so fast, you need to go back 3 to 5 days and just keep checking them until we have enough humidity to start controlling them naturally. And that's one of the issues this year. Why it's a widespread problem is because for several weeks now we've had humidity levels in the 30 to 50% range, opposed to 60 to 80% in the higher humidities. Most years we have a fungus that naturally controls the spider mites, but not this year.
Have spider mites been a problem the last couple of years or not?
We have a lot of hot pockets in northeast Indiana and southern Michigan where it seems like every year we have a few fields we have to spray, but this year it's going to be a lot more widespread. I mean, and if you look at the field behind us here, right behind me, there's a lot of stunted plants and off color, and then as you pan back into the field, it's green. And what you'll notice is on the leaf margins of your field, if you have a spider mite problem, you'll start seeing this stunted and yellow cast to the beans. So you really need to look for that and get out in your fields with a magnifying glass and start looking for the spider mites.
And is there any direction in terms of how many places in your field you check or anything along those lines?
Well, minimum, anytime you're out to your field scouting, you should try to look at 4 to 5 different locations. Even though they're start on the leaf margins, you need to go out further into the fields and see if you have that problem. Now, there are some times where you can treat perimeters of the field and slow them down, but this year we're really recommending that if you have an issue and the weather is going to stay like it is, we probably need to start treating whole fields if you're at threshold.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Bill.
Thank you.